Hey there, welcome back to the Dig Everyday YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name's Hayden and I dig every day. Today we're working in a pond. We are cutting out a wet pond, converting it from a phase 1 pond to a phase 2, and we have about 6 to 7 feet of cut, and it's pure rock, as you can see from the intro. It is not the best material, but anyway, the job's got to be done. So I'm running a VOLVO 220 excavator, cutting and piling the rock, and my coworker was in a Cat 953 track loader, and he was carrying it behind these houses behind us here and building out their backyard so they have more flat area and a nicer slope in the back. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Got all this cut out now. I mean, this is got into some pretty decent rock here. I'm very interested to see what it's going to be like down below. So we've got a cut of about 5.5 feet from the ground here. We got to go down 5.5 feet, and I would say it's 70 by 25 area. Got to go down that deep. I'm going to just cut it what I can and pile up over there. Basically what I expected, a bunch of rock. As you can see, it's breaking up as of right now. This shale rock runs kind of in veins. I don't know if you can see there. It's not all one solid piece. This vein right here is probably 8-inch layers of rock, so it's not too terrible to break up right yet, but it's definitely a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to keep cutting and get you guys in the cab with me. I've set my tooth on top of the stake there, and I've got my grade control set. There's a button on the back of my joystick here. Set it locks in your point. All right, so you see my green arrow there? That's cut 0, 0, whatever. All right, so to get on grade for my stake, I got to go 7.5 feet below where I set my grade with the excavator a second ago. And as you can see here, we're at 6.65 feet below. So we still need to go a foot lower to get to grade. And then once I get to grade, I will set the grade down there in the hole. And It's just an easy way to, when you're roughing something in like this, you don't have to be exactly precise. It's a nice way to not have to get out and check with the laser every so often. As you can see, this rock's pretty rough. It kind of beats up the hoe. I don't really like doing it, but they said to get what I could get with the track hoe, so that's what I'm doing. With this kind of rock, if you can get a bigger hole opened up, it's usually easier to cut the rock from different angles and stuff, and makes life a little bit easier. So I'm trying to cut my slope down in here, but it's not really, it's kind of hard to grade this solid rock there. So I'm going to reset my benchmark, and I just know that I have to go 7.5 feet lower than that. The good thing about having that cat track loader up here is it's better than, say, a LGP dozer, because the track pads, I think the track pads are only 20 inches wide on it, so it really compacts stuff really nice. And this rock breaks up pretty good, so you know, it will definitely, it weighs more than a dozer and has more ground pressure, so it breaks this rock up pretty good compared to, like, say a D6K, or I mean even a T model. I mean, they all have, like, LGPs are pretty rough on rock. Like, the rock's pretty rough on them, I guess I should say. But that loader breaks this rock up pretty good once you get a bucket full of dirt. That's another thing, you can carry a bucket. I don't know how much a bucket full of dirt is. It's 2 yards of dirt, so that's probably, I don't know, 5,000 pounds maybe. So you can add an extra 4,000 or 5,000 pounds in the bucket to get more weight for compaction. So around here, a lot of smaller companies like us, we don't even have sheep's foot rollers, you know, unless we're grading a huge pad or something. But I run track loaders a lot, you know, grading house pads and I'll grade the pad and then get a bucket full of dirt and track the lift in, and it will, I've gotten 100% compaction with the track loader before. So cut the whole bottom of this pond out. It does have a few berms in it, 4-bay berms, because it's got 2 pipes coming into the pond. So that will save probably 40 loads, 40 to 50 loads of dirt. Wow, there's a spring right there. It's just water shooting up out of the ground. But yeah, so we got that. So that'll save some material. That'll save from having to cut out so much. But it's not going too fast. But it could be worse. I know that. Sorry, yawning. I bet the teeth on this bucket are 1,000 degrees right now. Beating on this rock. Putting it in those backyards up there, so this is going to be some great material. We'll cap it off with some good, there's some better red dirt up on top of the hill. So you can put on top of this, but this stuff is really structurally sound. Okay guys, so we're down here. This is what we got cut out yesterday. As you can see, I left my corner stake here, so I knew where to cut today, but cutting from this stake to that stake, so and I'm actually cutting it about 8 inches deeper than it needs to be, because it's probably going to have a clay liner to seal off the bottom so it will hold water. I know it is right now, but for anybody that knows anything about ponds holding water, you don't want to see this in the bottom, because the water will find the seams of rock. As you can see, all these seams, there's layers, and it will seep out the seams and leak out and never hold water. So I'm cutting it, like I say, about 8 inches. Honestly, a little bit, honestly close to a foot. It's honestly about 10 inches deeper, just so whenever we come back to do the final conversion, if we need to put a clay liner in it, that will already be done, or this will already be done, and all we'll have to do is scrape out a little muck, put the clay in it, and roll on. So yeah, I'm gonna start here, start cutting this side and throwing it up there, and Tony should be here in a little while and get on the loader and keep carrying it over there. Good morning, guys. I didn't even record anything yesterday just because it's literally the same jump over and over. So I got that main pool cut out there, as you can see, and I started on this 4-bay right here, started cutting that little hole there. I should get all that cut out today and cut out the other 4-bay over here, get all that cut out, and then we'll have to find something to do with this material we've got a pretty good bit of material. I think we can waste some, build the dam up a foot or so. And maybe bring some over here to this slope to finish building this out. But today or tomorrow, they're going to start hauling clay in, and we're going to stockpile it up here. And this whole pond from the water line, which is like right here down, is getting a clay liner. So we're going to put clay and cover up all this rock and compact it to seal it off, because there's water leaks through these rocks, the veins in the rocks, the seams in the rocks. It leaches through and it leaches out. This thing will never hold water like this. So we're gonna have to cover the whole thing with clay, compact it, and we're gonna pretty much get it final graded. We were just here to just get these cut out to where we could final grade them and everything later, because they're not done. They still have to do a lot of this section of neighborhood drains into here, so there will still be more sediment and silt coming into the pond. So we're gonna have to come back and convert it after they build all these houses. But we figured the whole reason we did this is we figured we could waste most of the material on site, but if everything's landscaped and we had to cut out 150 truckloads of stuff, we would have to haul it away, you know. So we're doing that, and then we said, well, while we're here, we may as well put the liner in, because we've got room to stockpile dirt while we're finishing getting ready, and we got room to work. That's something we usually don't have in these ponds. So